The greatest danger in your life is not failure. It's not rejection. It's not poverty, betrayal, or even loneliness. The greatest danger is believing the lies you were raised on. Because once a lie sinks into your mind, it no longer needs chains or guards to keep you trapped. You will police yourself. You will walk through life like a prisoner who doesn't even realize the door was never locked. Machiavelli warned us about this centuries ago. He said, "Men are so simple and so much creatures of circumstance that the deceiver will always find someone ready to be deceived." Think about that. It's not the tyrants who enslave us first, it's the illusions we accept without question. The comfortable lies, the sweet poison. And that's what this video is about. The 5 biggest lies the world tells you. Lies that shape your beliefs, sabotage your potential, and strip away your strength before you even realize it. I want you to picture something. Imagine a lion born in a cage. He grows up behind steel bars, fed at the same time every day, surrounded by concrete walls. That lion believes his cage is the world. He doesn't even dream of the savannah, because he has never seen it. Now imagine that lion is you. You've been born into cages of thought, cages built not with steel but with words, stories, and illusions. The world tells you lies, and if you accept them, you live small. You accept scraps. You accept chains. Here's the reality. Society doesn't reward weakness. It rewards strength. But the world doesn't teach you how to be strong. It teaches you how to obey, how to blend in, how to be polite, how to accept mediocrity as destiny, and they dress it up as virtue. They call it being realistic. They call it being humble. They call it being good. But let me be very clear, there is nothing good about being weak. There is nothing noble about being average. And there is nothing virtuous about being powerless. That's why today, I'm going to dismantle these illusions one by one. Because if you can spot the lie, you can destroy it. And once you destroy the lies, you reclaim the power you never realized you had. This isn't just theory. This is philosophy applied to life. Nietzsche once said, "Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed." Well, I'm not here to coddle your illusions. I'm here to tear them down. And if this hits you so far, if you're already feeling the weight of these words, pause for 1 second and hit that like button. Because what's coming next is going to sting, and you need to hear it. Now let's get into it. The 5 big lies the world tells you, and Machiavelli's warning behind them. Comment this right now. I refuse to live in a cage built by lies. This is one of the most poisonous lies you've ever been told. You've heard it since childhood. Teachers, movies, songs, even your parents. Just be yourself, and things will fall into place. It sounds comforting. It sounds liberating. But in reality, it's the perfect formula for mediocrity. Here's the truth. Yourself is not enough. Not yet. If you were enough, you wouldn't feel stuck, unfulfilled, or frustrated right now. If being yourself was all it took, the world would already bow to your presence. But it doesn't. Machiavelli warned of this kind of softness. He said, "A man who wishes to make a profession of goodness in everything must necessarily come to grief among so many who are not good." Translation: if you blindly follow the idea of just being yourself, while others sharpen themselves into warriors, strategists, and competitors, you will be crushed. Be yourself is the lie of stagnation. It tells you there's no need to evolve, no need to discipline yourself, no need to become dangerous, competent, or excellent. It's permission to stay small. And society loves when you stay small because small people are predictable. They're easy to control. Now, what should the truth be? It's simple. Don't be yourself. Forge yourself. Who you are right now is raw material. You're clay. You're bronze in the fire. You're not a finished statue, you're a block of marble waiting to be carved. If you stop at being yourself, you're just a slab of stone, useless and unshaped. But if you dedicate yourself to the forge, if you grind away your weaknesses, sharpen your skills, and sculpt your character, you become something the world cannot ignore. Think about Marcus Aurelius. Do you think he ruled an empire by being himself? No. He forged himself through philosophy, discipline, and relentless refinement. Think about Machiavelli himself. He didn't just be himself. He studied power, human nature, and strategy so deeply that his name became immortal. Think about Nietzsche. He said, "Become who you are." Notice the wording. Not be who you are, but become. It's a process, a struggle, an ascent. The lie of be yourself is the lullaby they use to keep you asleep. But greatness doesn't come from sleep, it comes from waking up, from rebellion, from transformation. So here's the reality check. If you want respect, influence, love, wealth, power, whatever it is, you cannot settle for being yourself. You must build yourself into a version that commands those things naturally. And the process is painful. It demands sacrifice. You'll shed old habits, toxic people, weak routines. You'll feel lost in the fire of transformation. But what comes out of that fire is not the same man who went in. It's someone sharper, someone stronger, someone worthy of the rewards that the world only gives to the exceptional. If you don't forge yourself, you'll always feel like something is missing, and that's because you're living as the unshaped stone. So, ask yourself now, are you brave enough to reject this lie? Brave enough to step into the fire? Or will you cling to the comfort of just being yourself and stay small forever? Comment this now. I don't be myself. I forge myself. This lie has destroyed more lives than laziness ever has. From the time you were young, you were told that if you just worked hard enough, success would eventually come. That all you needed was effort, dedication, and patience. But let me ask you this. How many people do you know who work themselves to the bone, day after day, year after year, and still live in mediocrity? How many men and women spend their lives grinding, sweating, sacrificing their health and time, only to retire broken, and forgotten? Hard work does not guarantee success. In fact, hard work without strategy is just slavery. Machiavelli understood this. He observed the world as it truly is, not as we wish it to be. He wrote, "Men rise from one ambition to another. First, they seek to secure themselves against attack, and then they attack others." Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say men rise because they worked hard. He said they rise because they secure themselves, then seize opportunity. It's not about effort, it's about leverage, timing, and power. The world doesn't reward sweat, the world rewards results. And results don't come from working harder, they come from working smarter, sharper, and with intent. Think of a man digging with a spoon. He works 12 hours a day, drenched in sweat, his hands blistered. And beside him, another man uses a shovel. Who makes progress? The man with the tool, the man with leverage. Now imagine a third man who hires 10 others with shovels and directs them. Who wins? The leader, not the laborer. That's the truth. It's not the hardest worker who rises to the top, it's the most strategic. Carl Jung said, "The man who is not conscious of his own actions is doomed to be ruled by fate." If you mindlessly grind without awareness, without strategy, you're enslaving yourself to fate. You're hoping life will reward you out of pity. But life has no pity. The people at the top of society know this. They don't just work hard, they position themselves. They build networks. They master influence. They understand systems. They leverage other people's labor. And then they sell you the fairy tale that hard work always pays off. so that you keep slaving away while they collect the rewards. So what's the alternative? Here it is. Don't just work hard, work strategically. Hard work is the foundation, yes. But if it isn't paired with leverage, knowledge, timing, and positioning, it becomes useless. Step back and ask yourself, am I putting my energy into the right arena? Am I building skills that compound in value? Am I creating systems that continue to pay me even when I stop working? Or am I just spinning in circles, proud of my sweat, but blind to the fact that I'm going nowhere? Voltaire once said, "No problem can withstand the assault of sustained thinking." Notice he didn't say sustained effort. He said sustained thinking. That's where real progress begins. The truth is brutal but freeing. The world does not care about how hard you work. It only cares about what you produce. So never fall for this lie again. Build leverage, build strategy, build power. Then let your hard work serve those things, not the other way around. Affirm this to yourself right now. I don't just work hard, I work strategically. Write it in the comments. Etch it into your mind. And if that truth woke you up, if it snapped you out of the illusion you've been sold, subscribe and stay locked in. Because the next lie is even deadlier. It's the one that keeps people blind to their own potential until the day they die. This is one of the most seductive lies ever created. You're told from the very beginning, follow the rules, obey the system, do what you're told, and in the end, you'll be safe, secure, and rewarded. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a job, save money, retire at 65. Live quietly, die quietly. That's the script they feed you. That's the contract society offers. But look around. How many people followed that script and ended up miserable, broke, or bitter? How many played by the rules their entire lives only to find out the game was rigged from the beginning? Here's the truth. The rules are not made for your success. The rules are made to keep you predictable, manageable, and under control. The rules serve the system, not you. Machiavelli knew this. In The Prince, he wrote, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." Translation? Power does not come from the rules. Power comes from the individual who bends, shapes, and sometimes breaks them. The lie of follow the rules works because it appeals to your fear. It tells you, stay safe, stay in line, don't risk, don't rebel, otherwise you'll be punished. And most people accept it because they're afraid to stand out, afraid to be punished, afraid to fail. But history is clear. The people who changed the world, the people who rose above mediocrity, were not rule followers. They were rule breakers, rule benders, rule rewriters. Marcus Aurelius was an emperor who bent the rigid Roman order to fit his Stoic philosophy. Machiavelli himself was exiled and disgraced for speaking truths the rulers didn't want to hear. But his words outlived them all. Nietzsche spat in the face of the morality of his time, declaring, "Morality is the herd, instinct in the individual. The herd follows rules. The strong create their own path." No, this doesn't mean recklessly breaking every law or living in chaos. No, that's foolish. What it means is understanding that the official rules are not the highest law. The higher law is survival, power, growth, and sovereignty. The world doesn't reward obedience. It rewards those who take responsibility for themselves, who outthink the system, who know when to play along and when to break free. Think of it like a chessboard. The pieces that follow the same safe moves every time are predictable and easily defeated. But the player who sees the bigger picture, who sacrifices, who bends the flow of the game, that's the one who wins. Following the rules will make you average at best. It will chain you to a life where you never rise above mediocrity. If you want freedom, wealth, power, respect, you have to see beyond the rules. You have to see the game behind the game. Schopenhauer once said, "Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see." And the truth is, most people will never see that hidden target because they're too busy playing by someone else's rules. So here's the principle. Don't just follow the rules. Learn them, master them, and then outgrow them. Obey when it serves you. Break when it liberates you. Write your own law. Affirm this to yourself right now. I don't follow the rules. I master the game. Comment it below because this truth separates the lions from the sheep. And if you feel this hitting deep, if you feel the cage of rules cracking in your mind, then make sure you hit the like button because the fourth lie is even more sinister. It's not about the rules of society. It's about the illusion of time itself. This is the most comfortable lie of all. The world whispers it in your ear from the moment you're young. Relax. You're still young. You've got time. There's no rush. And so you wait. You wait to chase your goals. You wait to build discipline. You wait to start that business, to take that risk, to transform your life. Because in your mind, there's always tomorrow, always more time. But the truth? Time is the most merciless force you'll ever face. It doesn't pause. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your dreams. Every second that passes is gone forever, burned into history, irretrievable. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." He wasn't trying to frighten you, he was trying to wake you up. Because most people live as if they are immortal. They waste years, decades even, believing the lie that time is abundant. Look around you. How many people spend their 20s wasting hours in distraction, telling themselves they'll get serious at 30? Then they hit 30 and say, "I still have time. I'll change at 40. Then at 40 they say, "It's too late now." And then they die with regrets heavier than their coffins. Machiavelli observed this pattern too. He wrote, "Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times." Notice what he's saying. It's not just about having time, but about using it strategically, changing with it, moving with it. If you don't, time leaves you behind. The lie of, "you have time," is how mediocrity survives. It's the excuse that keeps you stagnant. It's the poison that makes you believe you can afford to procrastinate. But procrastination is not harmless, it's theft. Every hour you waste is stolen opportunity, stolen progress, stolen greatness. Think of a field. If you plant seeds today, you will have harvest tomorrow. If you delay, the season passes, the soil hardens, and nothing grows. That is time. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It moves whether you move or not. Schopenhauer said, "Ordinary people think merely of spending time. Great people think of using it." That's the difference. The herd wastes time as if it's infinite. The few treat time as currency more valuable than gold. Here's the hard truth. You don't have time. You borrow it. Every sunrise is borrowed. Every breath is borrowed. One day, the debt will be collected, and you won't get an extension. So what do you do with this truth? You live urgently. You stop pretending tomorrow is guaranteed. You strip away the distractions, the endless scrolling, the meaningless noise. You build. You act. You move. The question is not, "Do I have time?" The question is, what am I doing with the time I have left? You want to know why this is powerful? Because the moment you realize time is finite, every second becomes sharper, every day becomes fuel. You stop wasting it and you start using it. That's when your life truly begins. So write this in the comments right now. I don't waste time. I use time. Say it. Repeat it. Live it. Because once you destroy this lie, urgency will become your greatest weapon. And if that hit you, if it jolted you awake, stay with me. Because the fifth and final lie is the most dangerous of them all. It's the one that keeps people slaves even when they think they're free. This is the deadliest lie of them all. The world tells you freedom is about indulgence, about following every desire, every impulse, every craving. Eat what you want. Spend how you want. Live how you want. Do whatever feels good. That's freedom, right? Wrong. That's not freedom. That's slavery in disguise. Because when you let impulse control you, you are not free, you are chained. Chained to your appetites. Chained to your weakness. Chained to the path of least resistance. Machiavelli understood this. He wrote, "A man who becomes master of himself can also become master of others." Do you see? True freedom is not the ability to obey your urges, it's the power to rule over them. Think of the addict who says, "I can stop whenever I want," while reaching for another drink. Think of the man who spends 10 hours scrolling on his phone, calling it relaxation, while his dreams rot away. They think they're free, but they're prisoners. Prisoners of their habits, their emotions, their cravings. Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." That's the essence of false freedom. When you don't master yourself, your unconscious, the hidden fears, impulses, desires becomes your ruler. And you, blind to it, think you're choosing. But you're not. You're being dragged. True freedom is discipline. It's the strength to say no when every part of you wants to say yes. It's the ability to delay gratification, to resist temptation, to bend your instincts to serve your higher purpose. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The man who cannot control his own mind is not free, no matter how much liberty society gives him. But the man who masters his mind, he is untouchable. He is sovereign. Society doesn't want you to understand this. Because a man who mistakes indulgence for freedom is easy to control. Keep him chasing cheap pleasure, and he'll never chase power. Keep him entertained, and he'll never revolt. Keep him weak, and he'll never rise. So here is the reality. Freedom is not comfort. Freedom is not indulgence. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. Freedom is self-mastery. Freedom is the strength to command yourself. Freedom is living by principle, not impulse. You don't need fewer rules, you need higher rules. Rules that you set for yourself. Rules that serve your growth, not your weakness. Voltaire said, "Man is free at the moment he wishes to be." But wishing is not enough. You must enforce it. You must rule yourself like a king rules his kingdom. You must become your own commander. So write this now. My freedom is my discipline. Say it and mean it. Because the moment you understand this, you break the final chain. Now you've seen it. The 5 great lies. Be yourself, and everything will work out. Hard work always pays off. Follow the rules, and life will reward you. You have time. Freedom means doing whatever you want. These are the cages society builds around you. Lies passed down through families, schools, religions, governments, media designed not to make you strong, but to keep you tame. But Machiavelli's warning is clear. People are easy to deceive because they crave comfort more than truth. And unless you wake up, you'll spend your life in chains, mistaking them for safety. The question is, what will you do now? You can ignore this, go back to sleep, and keep living in the cage. Or you can take these truths, tear down the illusions, and begin forging yourself into someone unstoppable. This is not about motivation. It's not about hype. It's about reality. And reality doesn't care if you're ready. It only rewards those who act. So act. Start now. Comment your affirmations below. Subscribe if this struck you, because the path forward will not be easy, but it will be worth it. And I promise you what's coming next on this channel will take these truths even deeper, sharper, harder than what you heard today. Machiavelli warned us. Nietzsche warned us. Marcus Aurelius warned us. The choice is yours. Stay blind or see. Stay weak or rise. Stay caged or break free. But remember this, the world will always feed you lies. Your duty is to destroy them.